Hey everyone, I'm Chris.
And I'm Brock, and welcome back to our channel!
Yay! Bonus points if you're a subscriber!
How many?
2?
Okay, 2 bonus points. That's a big sell. You get 5 bonus points if you subscribe right now.
Ooh, that's a deal!
Alright, so today's video is...
Da-da-da-da-da! Assumptions about us!
Which has been really exciting, a little painful to look at some of the assumptions.
We asked for assumptions on our Instagram stories.
Crowdsource them from you guys.
At Yummertime. And that was about 2 weeks ago. We got sick in the meantime. Now we're feeling finally better to...
But we're not here making excuses about ourselves.
Okay, no more excuses.
We're sick right now when we're filming the video because we don't want to come up with excuses.
Okay, anyways, let's just jump into this. We're gonna go back and forth. Want to do rock, paper, scissors, see who goes first?
Okay, how many times?
Just one time. Okay. Rock, paper, scissors. Oh, does that mean that you go first or I go first?
Well, I go first, because I won.
Okay, there we go.
Alright.
We wrote them on note
We
cards.
wrote them on, I mean, how old school is this? We'll recycle these after. So the first question that I came up with is for the two of us.
Okay.
But I didn't come up with it, it was on the assumptions that we both come from very wealthy families.
Oh, that's a good one. Okay. So, dun, 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 dun.
The rumors are not true.
They're not true. I wish they were true. Actually, I don't wish they were true because we are here where we are because of where we came from, right?
Everything that we've done has been created by us and the people who support us, but Yummertime is our business, and we've done it all together.
Yeah, and I can honestly say that my family was in no way wealthy. They were lower middle income. I lived in Simi Valley in a house that was around 1,100 square feet, which is actually close to the same amount of square footage that we live in now. We're at 800 square feet.
Relatively, yes.
And that was a family of 4. And you came from San Jose with your mom, she worked her way to her life, right?
To her life?
To her life?
Is this my mom's question?
Well, I mean, you're talking about families, right?
Yeah. But, I mean, we haven't accepted any money from either of our families.
That's true. That's a better
I think that's
answer.
what people are asking. I know people in our space who have really fabulous lifestyles and their families are able to fund that for them, and that's really great.
Yeah.
And I wish that was the case for us, but everything that we do has been funded by the two of us, or we've been fortunate enough to be on projects that have taken us to really fun places and able to do really fun things.
Yeah.
Yeah?
So, yeah,
Yeah.
that's good. Sorry.
Is that okay? Is that a good one?
That was a good answer.
Was it? You
said it perfectly, actually.
Wow.
I started to drift off and telling you my family history, and that's not necessary.
If I gave you a few more minutes, I'd have your social security number.
Actually true. Okay, so next one.
Okay.
Let's do this. I got my note card here. Okay, this was a funny one. It was like a twofer.
Okay.
Brock is a bad driver, and Chris likes to eat everything he craves right away. Is it
a question for me or for you?
You answer both of them.
Okay. So, I think that I'm a good driver, but I think that most people think that they are good drivers.
Yes.
Or I'm my favorite driver.
Just give your true or false.
I think I'm a good driver.
So, false to the Brock is a bad driver.
False.
And then Chris eats everything he craves right away.
True.
Okay, so false and true. And I was going to say, Brock is a good driver. He's a better driver than me. And I do eat anything I crave right away. You know what? Why wait?
Why wait?
Ah.
Immediate gratification. That's why we're here.
Yay. Okay, next one.
Okay. So I have one for Chris.
Oh gosh, okay, here we go.
This is an assumption about Chris. Chris is taller than Brock. I keep putting this into my pouch. I don't know if you could see it, but that's what pockets are for.
Let's lift up the shirt. Okay, so back to Brock, or Chris is taller than Brock. False.
You tell us. I would see right here.
Brock just has much better posture. We're both 5'11", but I think Brock is like 5'11 and a quarter or something, like a little tiny.
Like in
also, this hair. Okay, that doesn't help, but I do love whoever said that I'm taller. Because I didn't see any that said Brock is taller.
When I met Chris, he wore inchers in his shoes. They gave him like a little half inch.
Yeah, I did. I felt very self-conscious about my height because I was modeling at the time and I was always going on go-sees and I needed to be 6 foot or above.
The point is that Chris that wore inches.
No, okay, fine. Okay, so false. I am not taller than Brock.
Okay.
Okay, next
That's
one.
that.
This is for both of us.
Okay.
We both have very accepting families. True.
True.
We're very lucky.
We're very fortunate.
Yes. I came out to my parents when I was 15 and they were very accepting of me. Considering that the rest of my high school wasn't, I have a very good family that has loved me every step of the way and I feel very lucky.
And I as well. I mean, I think when we're talking about accepting, we're talking about the fact that we are both gay.
Yeah.
And they are accepting about that, but if I am being rude, they do not accept that, so.
That is true.
That's true.
They do call him out.
Yeah.
I feel like when I'm like
They
sassy,
don't put up with my sass.
when I'm sassy to my family, they still accept me.
Oh, Katie Lynn.
Does
Does
not.
She? No,
No,
she does not.
no.
She did not take
Katie
that.
Lynn is my sister, by the way. Okay, next one.
Okay. This is a good one. This was actually 3 assumptions made by the same person that were rapid fire. So I'm just gonna read them all just to like give you a taste of the beauty that's out there.
Oh shoot.
You hate each other. You are only dating for IG pics, and you are both conceited. So I think that those are 3 assumptions that.
Are false across the board, I would say.
Well, I would say it seems like a lot of work to date for Instagram photos.
I mean, it would be way too much work for me, honestly.
I honestly think that my career would skyrocket if it was just my account.
I mean, who's to say? Let's ignore the idea of that.
And I feel like we definitely don't hate each other, right?
I do not hate you whatsoever.
I mean, I have moments where I'm like upset with you, but I never hate you.
Yeah, no, that's very true.
And then the last one, you are both conceited. I feel like conceit is like a really funny construct in this situation because don't you feel like anyone who has an Instagram maybe isn't conceited, but they're focusing on themselves and what they're doing,
right? Yeah.
So I can see maybe, I guess, I'll give you that one if we come off conceited because we're sharing our life, but we're sharing like happy things.
Yeah, I mean, across the board for me, it's false. I think that it would be, like you said, a lot of work that I don't want to do. I think when we first started Yummertime, which was 5 years ago, the intention has never strayed away from our original mission, which was to just share our life. And, you know, just the fact that we've had many amazing opportunities come our way, I think I'm very lucky for that. I would not keep this going if this were any sort of facade, because how hollow would that make me? It's not me whatsoever, and I personally think that if you think that about me, look towards yourself.
What do you think that about us?
Oh yeah, about us, yeah.
So you think you're really good looking?
No, when did that come across? Good looking? When did that come in?
Alright, next question. No, that's what I think about you.
Oh, okay, thank you. Okay, next question. Okay, here's another real assumption that came across multiple times. And it is that we are in an open relationship.
Oh, we are?
No, we're not.
We're not. That's false.
We said that at the same time.
We do share a brain though, so that's that. Another funny one going off of that was something along the lines, and I didn't even write it down, was that we are swingers with our group of friends, which I think really sounds great, but it also is false.
Yeah, that's false.
But that doesn't count as mine, because I have others to read.
Okay, good.
Okay. Chris laughs all the time, and sometimes I'm worried it's not real. LOL. I love you though. Can I answer this one?
Sure.
Or is part of it?
No, you can. Yeah.
This is false, I think, because I think that you laugh all the time, and I always think that it's genuine.
Yeah.
And you might not always be laughing at something that's funny. But you are laughing from a genuine place.
Always genuine.
Even if it's like because you feel awkward or nervous, but those are all real times to laugh, right?
Yeah. I think what you said recently about, and to me, was that I'm a very passionate person, and I think that that comes into the way that I express my joy. It just comes out.
Well, I think one of your strengths also is that you make people feel very comfortable, and I think that laughter is something that is a universal language, and it really has the ability to make people feel comfortable.
Yeah.
It always makes me feel comfortable.
Oh, thank you, babe. I also do think that a lot of things that people don't find funny are hilarious, and that's my world. I love to live in it, so
I think it's
let me be.
better to laugh all the time Because then you're laughing at every joke.
That's true.
And people think you get it even when you don't.
I'd never get it. Okay, next one. How many has this been? Like 5?
Like 1,000, I don't know. Let's keep going.
Okay, here is another good one that is real and I think is opening up about us. We don't want kids.
Someone assume that?
Someone assume that. That's
false. We want kids.
Yeah. I did see also that someone said that Brock wants 0 to 1 kids.
And you want 5 or more.
Yeah.
I saw that also.
And that's true. But I don't want 5.
No, I want more than 1. I want more than 0. Also, what's within the 0 to 1 range? Do I get half a kid? I don't think that's what I want.
Okay.
I want like 3.
Yeah, and that's what I want.
Okay.
Yeah. So the answer is we do want kids, and we've had conversations recently about in what form that comes. I feel like it doesn't
matter what form.
Yeah, we've had like really eye-opening conversations that sparked probably one of the biggest disagreements in the beginning for us, right? In the very beginning, and now we're for another story, another time.
Boyfriend farts part 2. I almost said boyfriend farts. That could be one too.
It could be because we do fart. Anyways.
Well, yeah. Alright, I have another question. Okay. Alright. Here's one.
Okay.
For the both of us. That you don't work. That we don't.
Just straight to me.
This is for the both. You don't work.
Okay. No, we don't work.
That is false.
That is false. Well, you
do
that.
Work.
I was supposed to me, I guess.
Oh, it was to you. I forget that when I'm asking them to us, you're also supposed to
I don't care. You're just so good at answering them. I could just sit back. You know, obviously, I'm here to just rake in the money from a fake relationship, and so I could also stand by here.
We also have our parents' money.
Oh yeah, that's true. We've got lots of options.
We have options.
No, we do work.
We do work.
Yeah.
It is. We're working right now, kind of. Right?
Yeah, in some capacity. I think also, you know, again, started Yummertime 5 years ago. The process, 5.5 years ago, crazy. We were just blogging at the time and putting things also on social media, and now it's shifted to us putting a lot more things on social media and still blogging.
We built a YouTube.
We built a
Work in progress, but here we are.
We have other ventures that we're working on, other side projects, whether or not that comes to specific types of products coming soon.
Hopefully.
Yeah, so there's a lot I think that maybe isn't seen in front of the camera, and it's very easy to write off that we don't work. Maybe that's the assumption, right?
I think that when you have a job that's not standard.
Oh no! Okay. Back.
Okay, so we just had a little blackout. I think we answered that question.
Perfectly.
Mostly.
Yeah, you did a great job.
We're there.
Yeah.
So do you have something for me?
Okay, so let's do...
Hit me with your best shot.
Three more, so me and then you and then me. Or 2 more?
Go.
Okay. Okay. We work out more than 3 times a week.
True and false.
Oh.
Well, it depends on the week.
It does. It does. Would you say that we try to get something in at least 3 times or more a week?
Yes.
And that is true!
So
I would say that I think like the shift happened for us about last June, so over 1.5 years ago, and we really just focused on it makes us happy to get in, even if it's a run, whether or not it's using our rowing machine for a quick workout, you know.
Even today,
yeah,
like we're both feeling a little sick and we made it to the gym for the first time in over a week, and I feel like it made me feel better, got the endorphins going. This ties into another assumption. That I saw that was ridiculous, that we have tapeworms to be to eat to be able to eat what we eat. But I think that, you know, we do work out a lot and we do find balance, and maybe we share a lot of McDonald's meals, but do you really want to see a photo of a salad? Maybe you do, but I guess I'll share.
I mean, we have a life of balance. Like, we do indulge, we also cut back in terms of having greens. Brock makes sure that I have more greens in my diet lately.
You gotta keep you regular.
I had broccoli last night. Only because you cooked it. But yeah, also, how do you get a tapeworm out? It's like pretty gross, right?
I never had one. We gotta figure out how to get ourselves.
Was that your assumption? No, you get one more.
No, that wasn't even on my list.
Oh, okay.
It's just tying it into something. This is a good one. Chris is Brock's French maid.
French maid? I didn't even see that one. What does that even mean? I love the idea that I'm French, though. What does that mean?
I don't know. So
is that my costume for this year?
So is it true or false?
I mean, to be honest, the jury's out on this one because I don't know what it means, so I'm going to say, but I don't know what the question is.
Are you a French maid?
I'm not a French maid, really. But
so it's false.
Okay.
So it's not true, but he does clean up after me a lot, so maybe he is.
No, okay, so let's just go with also potentially true because I do. I do clean up after you all the time.
I tidy up sometimes.
You made the bed yesterday and you said it took you like 30 minutes.
It took me, okay, so this is just a funny segue, maybe it's not funny. I made the bed, I was almost done making the bed all by myself, and then as soon as Chris comes in the room, he's like, oh, we need to wash the sheets because I'm sick. So after all my hard work, we stripped the bed.
I should have texted you. I just didn't think that he was going to make the bed because on other days,
we make it together.
You help me with the blanket to the end of it.
I think like 75% of the time we make it together, and 25% of the time you make it.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah?
No, I make it all the time.
Okay. Alright.
Okay, I have two that I want to do. One's really quick because I think it's funny. Okay. That we believe, or I think this is intended, I mean, it came to us, but I'll let Brock obviously answer it, that we believe pineapple belongs on pizza.
True.
That's Brock's favorite type of pizza. I can't say it's my favorite, but
you like it.
I mean, I'll take it. Yeah, I mean, pizza's pizza.
You'll steal a slice.
Yeah, because it's sweet and savory. It's got that juice. Okay, one more. Okay, my next one. Kind of alluded to this in terms of other questions, but there is an assumption across a lot of statements that we never fight. And that's definitely false.
I think what people mean though is that we never argue.
And there were some questions about that too.
Because we don't fight, because I feel like fight is like physical, right?
Yeah.
Or does it?
Okay, so we just never disagree, which is totally false.
No, it's true.
We do disagree.
No.
What?
I'm just kidding. I'm just trying to have a disagreement right now.
Oh shoot, I was so confused.
Yeah, we disagree like probably for every time we agree, we disagree or argue like 3,000 times.
You think it's more? That's so false. That's so rude. Oh, it's literally us right now.
Can't ever agree with me.
Stop. I would say though that we do have disagreements, we have arguments, sometimes they boil out to fights, and they don't happen often, but they definitely happen, and they're, based on the fact that, whether or not you believe that we're the same person and that we're just Yummertime, we are still Brock and Chris.
Which one's which? I'm
Brock, you're
No.
Chris. Just kidding. Okay, I'm Chris, this is Brock. Anyways, we're two different people. We have two different mindsets. We grew up differently.
We may have shared a womb, but that's it.
That's so gross. That's so weird.
Have you ever heard people talk about boyfriend twins? I feel like is that an assumption or just something people said?
Yeah, people, whatever. We'll get onto that another time. But yeah, we're different people. We challenge each other, and I think that fully makes my relationship with you the best relationship that I've ever had before and ever will have.
Well, I mean, you don't always see things my way, and then there's like an argument there, and then probably 75% of the time I realize along the way that my way is not the only way always.
Oh, I rolled my eyes at that. I was not expecting you to say that. I was like 75% of the time that I'm going to realize that it's your way that's the right way, but
well, you said it.
Okay, anyways.
Okay, I have one final to close
assumption.
Assumption, and it's assumption about you, and I'm gonna answer it.
Okay.
Chris's smile. He's the nicest guy you'll ever find, and that is true.
That was really sweet. That gets you bonus points.
Ooh, how many?
You 6. 6. No, just kidding.
Okay. We're not on a point system.
No, we're not. Okay, so that is some of the very many assumptions that you all provided on our Instagram. If you're not following us there, you can check it out. It's kind of crazy.
Love it.
We're crazy. Thank you for watching this video though, and if you haven't already, you can feel free to subscribe if you like.
Or don't, but please do. And if you have any other assumptions, comment below and we will answer them.
Yeah, we also are planning to do a question and answer video in the next month or so.
We are?
Yes, we are.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, we are.
And so we will make sure to post on our Instagram stories as well as YouTube stories to ask for questions for you all to ask us.
Maybe even on Twitter, even though... No. Twitter? Nah. Okay. Well, thank you. Love you.
Love you.
Have a great day.
Have the best day
ever.
Mwah.